What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Absolutely a Gamble. This is week 10 of the NFL season. Week 9 was pretty decent. I got 3 out of 5, but unfortunately, the 3 legs that I picked for my parlay were not the 3 legs that hit. So we move on, and hopefully this week we can pick the 3 bets that are going to hit so that we can keep the giveaway going. Let's get it. First off, we have the Miami Dolphins playing the Buffalo Bills in Miami. I think the spread for this game is like -9.5. But I'm going to go ahead and take the alternate spread, which is going to be Buffalo Bills -6.5. So technically, they only have to win by a touchdown, and they should be safe. I think the Buffalo Bills are starting to warm up, and they're starting to lean into their identity, which is running the ball with James Cook, running it with Josh Allen, finding some guys that are open in the passing game, and imposing their will on defenses. I think that the Miami Dolphins are a really bad team, and because the spread is so high, that's what gives me confidence in the alternate spread. So I'm going to keep it safe, and instead of needing 2 scores, I only need 1 score for this to cash. So Buffalo Bills alternate line -6.5 is one of my favorite bets this week. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers playing the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are just a bad team overall. They don't have enough talent. I think that the Panthers are on the rise. I think that Rico Dowdle is going to be a feature star down the stretch. I think that the Panthers are going to try and impose their will on the Saints. And I think the line for this game is Panthers minus like 4.5 or 5.5. But I'm taking a safe bet. I'm taking an alternate spread for this game as well. I'm taking Carolina Panthers -2.5. I think a field goal is much safer than requiring a touchdown or more, especially in a divisional game, and especially when the talent level between the two teams, the gap isn't really that wide. But I do think that the Panthers have the advantage. So I'm going to lean Panthers here as my second best bet. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears playing the New York Giants. The Chicago Bears are one of the hottest teams in the league right now. I think that Caleb is finally starting to piece it together. I think that Ben Johnson is starting to give him, more layups, more easy answers, more, easy solutions in the game plan. Because usually, whenever they get past that first scripted drive or those first couple scripted drives, it's kind of hard for Caleb to play off script and for him to make, more plays than are available. But I do think that as they learn the playbook more, as they start developing more chemistry, I think this offense is going to have a really good second half. And because of that, I am picking the Bears alternate money line at -2.5 as well. Their spread is at -4.5. But again, it's one of those games where it's like, you don't want to I don't want to risk anything more than a field goal, and we don't necessarily have to pick the actual spread. We can always pick alternates because, when you gamble, it's great to buy some points. So my third best bet is going to be Chicago Bears -2.5 alternate spread. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels is not playing in this game, which is unfortunate, but Marcus Mariota is not a horrible quarterback decision. I think that the Lions could be taken advantage of on defense, and I think that the Commanders are probably going to have to play from behind, so Marcus Mariota is probably going to have to attempt a decent amount of passes. I like this game to lean towards the Lions side, but I don't know if the Lions will necessarily cover. So because of that, I think the safest bet here is over 48.5 total points. I think that the Lions themselves could score close to 40. They could definitely score 35, 37, 39. They could score 42. And then all the Commanders have to do is score a touchdown or two. And I think they should get this over pretty easily. And it's also possible that the Lions blow this over out of the water on their own. So because of that, I like Detroit Lions versus Washington Commanders over 48.5 total points. Last but not least, we have the Monday night game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. I like the Packers, I think, in this game, but it's hard for me to bet against the Eagles, especially if A.J. Brown is going to come back. I think he's going to be a huge boost to that offense. I think that the offense is still trying to figure themselves out, but when they have a guy like A.J. Brown, I think that their chances of putting up points, moving the ball, getting yards, and things like that, I think it becomes significantly easier. I think the Packers are a well-oiled machine as far as an offense. Sometimes their play calling is a little bit weird, but they move the ball, they score points. They have explosive playmakers everywhere. So because of that, I'm actually going with over 44.5 total points for this game. It's possible that this game is on the low scoring side. So like last time these two teams played each other, I think the over under was at like 45.5, and I think the game ended 23-20. So because of that, it's very possible that that could be the same score again. But because these two defenses are very vulnerable, these two offenses have a ton of firepower and a ton of superstars, I think that these two defenses will probably have a hard time stopping each other. And because of that, my last best bet is Philadelphia Eagles versus Green Bay Packers over 44.5 total points.